are you doing?
It's you.
I know.
It's you.
You guys, guess what?
What?
We're in here in the same space.
Yeah. And if you followed us on DocuSweeties or either of our
This is
individual accounts,
Oh, yeah.
then you would have seen it last night
that
we were together. So you would know. You would know if you were on the Instagramming. So,
yeah. But here we are, where it all started. In West Hollywood, but also this old apartment. So here it is, guys. We're super excited because we,
are both well lit for like it didn't even take that much effort at all.
I know.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, you know what? It took us a minute to actually decide like which would be like a Patreon only show, and Love in Paradise is such a good Patreon only show because it's short as hell, and like it already feels like extra bonus content kind of in the 90-day world anyway.
Yes. It's a Monday night show, so it's not the juggernaut that requires like the largest audience. Also, we have a little bit more to say, I think, in a less diplomatic way than we would on the free feed. At least me, because I have some strong opinions. I'm still not going to give you all of them.
I'm scared, yeah. Don't do it.
But it still makes me feel a little bit feels easier to talk to you guys about this that's going on. So here we are, guys. We're talking 90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise, Season 3, Episode 5. Hey, jealousy.
Hey, jealousy.
Yeah. So, let's jump into it.
How does that song start?
I don't know.
That is not familiar to me. So, like, if that is it, okay, you lied to me just now. Okay, so let's start with Juan and...
We can look it up. Go ahead.
Jessica. And that's not them. Do we not have a picture?
Yeah, they're like the last one. They're looking at each other.
There they are. Look how, first of all, what a horrible picture for both of them. Like, he looks so stiff. Haram. Okay, so here we are with Juan and Jessica. And they are now on the way to visit his place. Obviously, he has the Airbnb for the kids and everything like that. So, it's Megan who's there for whatever reason, the kids. Jessica going to visit his place. Now, Jessica's been there before, but he's going to show them around. And basically, also, it's his apartment he's living on. And then the top floors have extra units, or he's building extra units with the thought process is that he's going to create passive income, which I'm just like, this gentleman is young. So all of this is so impressive to me. This is such a different story than we usually get, right? In this situation, you have a young gentleman who is making what feels like good money. This is not Everton or someone who's just like, the woman has to pay for everything. Like, it's just, you don't see that a lot. He's made such good choices. And also, he's young.
Yes, it's not Valentine and April. It's not any of the other couples that we've seen, like various couples we've seen throughout the 90 Day universe. It's not Debbie and Oshama. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
so for her, it's like, it feels like because we've watched this show and we know how much the foreigner could just not have anything.
Yeah.
And then the American, especially if she's female, get mad at him for coming to the US and not being able to support her or not being able to contribute as fast as she would like. The fact that this is it, and it's for us, it feels like Jessica is demanding that he stop that flow of income so that he can go live in the middle of nowhere, poop town, Wyoming, just to physically be there with her, because as she said, so this is a semi-quote, I'm not going to be by myself raising 3 kids in Wyoming.
I'm horrible at this. While Juan works on a cruise ship. Now, that part's LOL to us because you have 2 kids from someone else. That's not Juan. So why would you expect him to come and help you in the life that you've created for yourself when, like, you also need money? And so does he, and so does the kid that you're about to have. And you already have Megan, which she'll show up anywhere, honey. We'll see. I don't know what their life like, like what a codependence relation, like I can't imagine the things that they shared. But so basically also, I just have to say this. I hate what Jessica wears as an aesthetic and her style in every choice I've seen. But in this moment, she's wearing this orange Tommy Hilfiger shirt, my loves, with like, it's, you like kind of like tie it up to here. And I don't know who told her, but someone was like, you're going to be on reality television, so you better get eyelashes. And I don't know when she decided to get them and how long it's been. Like, it's obvious you have to time these things. So she should have had the eyelashes really installed the night before that she got on this plane. Now, I don't know when the eyelashes were installed. It feels like she got eyelashes done freely by someone that was like practicing in a beauty school like 6.6 weeks ago. And so, and so now what's left is what's happening. And they are huge, huge, huge. So much so that she can barely open her eyes. Like it's like, I think there's also like some asymmetricality happen, so everything looks off. She has no makeup on, which is fine. Her hair is 3 different colors, which is that. It is stringy, it is broken, it is like, it needs to be cut so bad, it's screaming at the ends, like. And so this woman who has made every choice possible that has brought her there is now telling this like financially literate, forward-thinking man at a young age what he has to do with his life. And I want to be like, you are not to be trusted. There's nothing about your life that makes me feel like he should take 1 ounce of advice from you. Like, in fact, everything you say, like, just do the opposite.
It really truly doesn't make any sense. And he stands up for himself in a way that I find to be appropriate. So they get to his apartment and he's trying to show the boys like, the house that his family has left to him, which is like wonderful. And he's been working on the cruise ship, saving up money to get people to make the upstairs into 7 different apartments. And they're looking to have that as some kind of passive income. And she's like, okay, this is great, but it's not done. And he's like, well, I might have to go on another tour in order to pay for it. So in order for it to get done, I need to make more money. And she's like, no, that's not your future. Your future is in Wyoming with me making no money. So if you don't figure out a way, like win the lottery so that you can like get this done before the baby comes, then
yeah, you're not allowed to work anymore. This is the deal with the cruises. And he's like, oh, I'm definitely not making that promise.
Yeah. What?
Like in the most respectful way, he's like, I'm not gonna fight with you on camera. Like, this doesn't end in a fight. He just somehow creates a boundary that because he knows intrinsically. I mean, this man is very wise, I feel like.
I think it's common sense, though. She's just coming from a place. Listen, this is what I think it is.
He handles it well, though, I guess.
It's very privileged of her to say this to me. Somebody who like doesn't, I don't know. It's like weird that you wouldn't want your man to go and work and make money to survive because you're like, I'm not going to be seen by myself raising kids. But you are currently being seen by yourself raising kids. Like, and yes, you would need help with the little one, but the other 2 have their dad. So it's not like you couldn't be like, hey, Papa, can you take the 2 kids for the next 2 months and keep them and be the one to do everything because I have a newborn and I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And like, I won't be able to manage it all. Like she has that support. And if I'm not mistaken, she has her family in Torrington, Wyoming. And so like, she's not going to be completely by herself for an unknown reason. She's going to be by herself for a while for her provider to provide so he can make money. And so it just feels weird to us that she would demand this as though like it needs to happen or else. Or else what? Like, you're not going to leave him because he's not coming here. So he's going to go and make more money the way he knows how. It's very, it's niche. Like the fact that he's on a cruise ship and he's getting tipped all the time. He's making all this money. Like, he's in this position and it's a good position to be in. And it just feels like she's ungrateful for it a little bit, or makes him feel like he hasn't done what's right. And I find that to be like, it's annoying. It's an annoying plot. So even if it isn't true and it's just what producers are saying to have be their tension, it's not a good one.
No, there's not a chance on God's green earth that they are going to last as old. I don't think that she is emotionally aware enough to sustain a relationship that is truly healthy for both people. I think that she is someone who she's not it for me. She's bananas. Okay. Let's move on to Jordan and Everton. You know, okay, so this obviously this season, I'm sorry, this
You know, it's like being such a Jordan and Everton.
oh,
Yeah, you see it? So you don't take the guesswork out of it, girl. Just look at the titles.
I don't talk about it now. I get it. Hi, Jordan, Everton, Juan, Chris. Sorry, I get it. Now I don't know why. This one does not have Scott and Lydia, which, you know, I'm going to be honest. Say what you want to say about them. I felt that loss.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't like this episode.
I thought that there were interesting moments that made me like seeing Valentine's hairline after not seeing it for so long. Like really,
small moment.
Okay, a small moment.
Flashback to something else, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did it even happen? It kind of like did it even happen in this episode? But kind of, you know, because
yeah, you're right. So I didn't think it was bad. I watched it like 2.5 times. So, you know, what's his face is weird. I don't know the zombie guy. I don't even know what his name is. There's Anna, and then there's the zombie guy from Texas. Okay. What's his name? We don't remember. We watched it.
Well, did we
20 minutes ago?
Oh no, we did not.
We watched it 20 minutes ago, and we know her name. We don't know his name.
Yeah, you're right.
It's because the bags under his eyes just like
I couldn't stop.
Away. I couldn't stop looking at it. So anytime he was on screen and talking, I was just looking at the like craters underneath his eyes. Okay, anyways,
so tired. He's so tired,
so sleepy. And like if he has a daughter and he gives that trait to her, oh, I'm so sad.
He's tired, he's sleepier than Sleepy Chris and has more tired eyes than Jen and Rishi.
Yeah.
And he looks like
okay. Wait, we're talking about Everton and Jessica. Whatever.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And Jordan.
All right, so okay, they're in the okay. So we started with them in the car. You know, obviously for the last scene. She had got off the plane and then gotten a voicemail or whatever about the fact that he, you know, might be bad. And she didn't immediately say something. So then we had gotten this like really what felt like weird, awkward tenseness where he's like, hi. And she's like, hey. You know, where it's like
she's just like with her eyelashes just staring.
Yeah, this eyelash trend is, I mean, I know I sound like a fucking broken record, okay? But it's like, what happens is this. There's a lot of things. First of all, she ends up looking like full Darcy because of the cheek filler and the lip filler and the eyelashes and the eyebrows. It's cartoony. It's too much. And okay, half of me is like this. Obviously, whatever you want to do is you and go you and not for me. Okay. But since we're just Patreon only and you're just like my friends, if possible, I just want to sway all of our loved ones from taking a step back in how big things have to be. Like if you're going to do those kinds of things, like it's almost like that thing where you're like, this is the kind of person you would go out with every accessory on. You're like, you can take 3 off. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, you know, but it's like, you know, it's so much that you just look identical and it's like you can't even take in who you are. I'm just like, it's just God, I long for an elegance. So when I talk about her eyelashes and I talk about, you know, Jessica's whole intense style, it's just, and you know, the flip-flops everywhere and the open toesies and the, you know,
construction zone. Oof.
God, in the airport, stuff like that. I just long in leggings everywhere. And I long for a time in which people knew what it was like and felt a little shame in going out in public.
God. Shame.
Yeah, just come on. Just like we all have eyes and we are judging you. And I want you to think a little bit like maybe we're judging you.
I'm only judging these people who are doing this that are on TV. That's my thing. It's like, I always say this, guys. I see you doing this in your private life. Do what you got to do. I mean, I've gone out looking wild. However, when you're on TV, just like step it up. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to. I guess it is reality TV or whatever. But Jordan looks like.
Well, her name is Jordan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jordan,
yeah, this one. Yeah.
Jordan looks like the Darcys of the world. I mean, she, to me, looks similar to Jen and Rishi. I think it all looks the same to me when you have that filler and the high cheekbone and, you know, like her lips.
The lip.
Yeah. To me, it's a look that, you know, you remember like in the 90s when you used to be able to tell that an older person has had a facelift?
Yeah.
And it was like this, they all ended up looking the kind of the same because of the facelift.
Yes.
To me, this is what this is now.
Yeah.
So it's just like a thing. Anywho, So she is awkward with him. He has like decorated the hotel room. He's like doing everything that he can to make her time here special because she's going to meet his mother. And she also finds out that she is not going to meet his kids after 12 years of knowing each other and kind of being on and off. And I want to know how old the kids are. One, I also want to know why.
Yeah.
Like, are they so young that the mothers are like, hey, you've already shown him to too many women, and this American woman is not like, I'm gonna put, but also like, isn't that his right to be able to introduce? I'm not saying he's like, this is your new mother, but I'm like, this is a special woman in my life
and business partner,
and I would like you to meet her. I don't quite understand what Everton has done to have the baby mamas feel like she cannot meet the children.
That is, yeah. And she swallows it. She's like, okay, and I kind of wanted to be like, oh, why?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is there?
Why?
Oh,
because I told my friends that you and I were engaged, and you and I me not being able to meet your kids on this trip, and me going home and having to like be like, I didn't meet the kids because the moms didn't want it, is a little awkward for me. I met his mom though, but it's like, yeah, it's just really weird that he doesn't know his mom. It's like, you can't say somebody is your fiance. I'm gonna be honest with you, if their mother is alive and kicking and you haven't had one conversation with this person. Yeah. It's the same thing with Jen and Rishi. I'm like, no, like, I guess Jen did meet Rishi's mom at the daughter's wedding, but like, it's just like weird to me that somebody would be like, oh, I'm your fiance, and I haven't met their living parent.
You're right.
So you're not my fiance.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So basically,
they have dinner.
Yeah, with something. So hotel her on the bed, and she put her like, it's like a gym bag right on the bed, right? Like, and it's white. It's like white sheets. It looks like not even like there's like a comforter. It's like you're gonna anyway. So interesting. But then they go to dinner, right? And then at first she's like talking about the land. She's like, well, obviously I put a lot of money in, so I need immediate funds. And I want to trust you, and what's happening? And he's like, well, we got the land, and oh shit. And we're doing it. We gotta like prep things or whatever. We have. Then she's like, okay. And it feels like my thought process is she said that he came to her with an unpassable opportunity. I would love to know, what is his background in land development and or like tolling? I mean, does he know how to develop land?
Yeah, I have a question about that too, because she's like, how long is it going to take to get the land ready? I imagine it's like covered with plants and bushes and stuff like that.
How does he know? Yeah, but why would he know?
He's like, 2 to 3 weeks in order to clear it. I'm like, who have you spoken to about this? Like, where is your business? Like, where is his manila folder with like the details, the estimates that he's gotten from his friend? And then did she put all $600,000 in, or did she put like $500 in? I mean, 500,000 or like 400,000 in, and then the other 200,000 is for the development of the land, like the building and like everything like that. Because it's really confusing. She's put in no money. He's put in no money, and he recognizes that that's on her. And he's like, you just have to trust me that I'm going to get this done. And it's honestly, that's all she has right now. It's too late. It's too late for her to pull back at all. She has given him this money without truly having a very concrete plan. And truthfully, if I were her, I mean, I know she can't because she's doing OnlyFans or whatever, and she may not be able to do that in Cayman Islands. She may not be able to do that in the Cayman Islands, but my thought is like, move there to make sure that he's fucking doing it. And my only thought is maybe she can't move to the Cayman Islands is because maybe he would be there and know her setup, because that's the secret she's keeping from him, is that she's like,
I forgot about that. I forgot about it because we haven't talked about it in a second.
Yeah. So like, because if it were me and I'm like gave somebody $100,000 to like build land in Belize, you better believe you better Belize it that I am moving to Belize, and I'm gonna be there for like months at a time, being like, where's the process? And then as an American, I do have to understand that certain countries move slow, and like you can't just go there and be like, get the contract. It takes time for those things to happen, because they're moving at a Caribbean pace, I call it, and
Remember because, Patreon only, remember when we were talking about Gunther's Millions, and Gunther had a Cayman Island attorney, and because, the Cayman Islands like have a whole like, stereotype, whatever, of that it's just basically a money laundering situation, because there's not a lot of regulations when it comes to banks,
Mhm.
and you can hide money there, right? And so, I just remember this lawyer who was like only too happy to not know a thing.
Yeah.
Like, and her, yeah, because it's like lawyers don't have to act. Okay, wait, yeah. They don't need to know certain things, and they are only too happy to be like, that's not anything I need to know about or know about. So, no, my client does this, and that's what I know about. Oh, I'm sorry, what? No, just don't know about that. Don't need to know about it. Won't know about it.
As far
What?
as I know, it's a real person, so I don't know why I would think it wasn't.
Yeah. It was such a great moment, and so I just like, to my mind, I'm like, could we get her to meet that woman? Because it feels like if anyone can get anything done secretly, it's her. And she would also like low key knows. I mean, that's anyway. And also, yeah, Cayman Islands, she could, definitely, I'm assuming regulatory, she could do OnlyFans there. Now, whether they have the Wi Fi, I mean, I don't know whether everything is fast enough.
Well, yeah, my thought though was that he was going to be there. So when is she going to do it? Like, she would have to hide it from him. She would have to hide her lights, her camera, and her action so that you wouldn't know that she's like sitting on cakes for men. How do you like run a whole OnlyFans and live with somebody who doesn't know, they're doing it? So, anyways,
Just like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Like, I have to go to the bathroom. So I take a long bath. Where I like to also light myself. I do a little like beauty thing where I just like get in there and see everything. So I mean, I don't even lie. This guy is okay lying. Okay, so anyway, so God bless. Then at the center, he says, like whatever, you have to trust me and da da da. She's like, trust, great segue to this. So I got this voicemail, and she plays it, and I'm gonna play it right now. Beep.
hello. I didn't know I was doing it. Sorry.
Okay.
Is this Jordan? So I want you to know that you think your man Everton is faithful to you. Girl, you are pathetic. Any American who comes to the islands to find an island man is pathetic.
No, go back. Say it again. Like, I don't like the T. I don't like the H. I don't like the H.
I said it pathetic.
I know.
And
it's like Sebastian. It was like that was so most
so bad. It was so bad.
I know that was like
pathetic.
Yeah, I know it's very.
That's a pathetic man.
Is
what I just did. So it is so pathetic. And you think he's faithful, but he is over here effing me. So any American woman who is hunting is stupid because he is with me and he is doing whatever. And so this man listens to this thing and he doesn't know what to say. He's a dog.
He's a tramp.
But I love him. Breaks a new heart every day. He's a tramp.
Oh.
He's a good one. Oh. And I wish that I could travel his way.
No.
Wish that I could travel his way. Wish that I could travel his way. Oh, yes. So, Everton, he doesn't know what to say. He says that that bitch is crazy. It was a fling. And she's like, yeah, and now your fling is all up in our shit. So, and he's like, it's during the pandemic. I'm gonna get lonely, which I felt that.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest.
I felt that.
This week, okay, we have seen Ariana and what's his name?
Shelton.
We have seen so many men get put on the spot and dodge it by gaslighting, by this, by no, or whatever, or this didn't happen, or whatever. Just get up and leave. Literally, there's so many different like reactions. But I kind of, in a way, respect
Yeah.
Great, great. I don't.
Wait,
Okay.
do back to it.
Well,
Okay.
okay. Listen. Listen. God bless. We don't know what to tell you. Okay,
Yeah.
we're just as confused as you, and we wish we owned the universe and had perfect Wi-Fi all the time.
I wonder if it's fuzzy. That's my thought.
Here's we don't know.
Okay.
Okay, let's move. So basically, that happens. We sing that song. He feels bad. He does admit it. He admits it. He's like, look, this happened. Yes. She's a flame. Yes, this happened. She means nothing. She's crazy. And when he said she's crazy, it also made me feel like he has gotten many different, or it feels like there's been a back and forth maybe in his life with this woman and he's realizing the depth of his mistake because it's affected him. So I'm sure it's like,
yeah, and it's affecting his outs. Like, how did she find Jordan? Now she's leaving her messages. And the thing is, though, I don't even think Jordan is upset about the cheating. She's upset that he didn't tell her because she probably asked him, hey, are you seeing anybody? Especially during the pandemic where they couldn't be together. And he probably lied and said, oh, no, I'm just waiting for you. Instead of saying, yeah, I'm going to get lonely. And I found
who doesn't get lonely? I can't do it. God damn, I'll never do it. I'm just so mad. I'm just saying it feel like it's there. Go on.
And so So anyways, I just think that it wouldn't be on YouTube. It's on Patreon. I mean, it's on StreamYard. Anywho, so
yeah, I put it to YouTube. It's just on I mean, oh, because it's not there yet?
We're not live. Yeah, this is just on StreamYard. You have to then take it and put it, don't you?
No, it's on YouTube, but I just put the same link.
Oh.
Yeah. It is.
Okay, it's different than what I thought you did. I thought you pulled it from here and then uploaded it onto there.
No.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so I think that's mainly what she's upset about. And then it's a drama, right? If she knew the drama was coming, then she wouldn't have felt blindsided by it. And I think that's the problem. She's going there in love, and everything that she's ever trusted in him has just emptied out. And so now she's worried. And I would be worried too. And unfortunately, when something happens, usually when the trust is broken, I have a hard time, if I can at all, is to get the trust back. It doesn't ever come back. It takes a lot to earn the trust, right? It's like you do little things to earn that trust, but once you lose it, then it's really hard to get it back. So
yeah, and everything becomes like a red flag. Like, oh, I'm supposed to trust him with $600,000, whatever it was, but I can't meet his kids.
Yeah,
I've known him for 12 years. That he told this woman about me. It's interesting. Yeah, the other thing is we knew the voicemail was coming. At least because we have previews and we have eyes and ears and we hear it. But then what was a little fucking shocking to me was that she had gone for the jugular of you're pathetic. We knew that this woman was going to be like, I'm fucking him, whatever, obviously, why would you call someone, but to be, and it could be under the guise of, so sis, let me tell you, so you don't, but it was, you're so dumb, you think this, but he's with me, and you're pathetic, which is it's really mean. But also this woman does sound crazy because all of that makes me think well, why are you fucking with him then if you know all this? It's interesting how I think that when someone does something, they don't see how it reflects on them in that kind of way. My first, of course, whatever, sucks to be Jordan. But for that moment, if I was Jordan, I'd be also well, you're also fucking someone that isn't faith, that's what you're doing though too. So why are you also not pathetic, and why are you also not stupid?
Correct.
And also vindictive and crazy, and also very emotional, and what seems like highly in love with him when these things. So it's weird how when you're in the space, she wouldn't, anyway. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so Carlos and Valentine. I almost can't talk about this because I feel like this is the boringest thing. And, it's just here they are. And, they're a great couple, but I'm now saddened by the storyline because I don't like the Michelle thing. And I'll tell you why. The first part of them is suit shopping. Okay, and I do have a picture of them. It's basically you think this in, I think that's in. And there was a flashback. We went up with a flashback of his hairline in the scene.
Oh, it didn't happen yet. It's when they're in the.
Okay, great. So basically, that happens. But so they had set up the fact that Carlos has a friend named Michelle, and Valentine also is into polyamory. Carlos isn't. Okay. So Carlos is friend with Michelle was a situation where Carlos then told Valentine that he thinks Michelle's hot and he would like to like pursue something. And for some reason, Valentine in that moment wasn't like, don't you dare. Carlos felt okay with being like, so I'm going to feel things out with her. And she says no. You know, she's like, oh no. Whether I thought, probably because I thought you were gay and in a relationship. So I'm not, you know, I don't know. I'm probably, oh no, we're friends. I thought you were I thought you were like engaged to someone. So no, I'm like, I don't know how she felt. I have no idea. This is the problem though, and I'll let you speak. And so this is what I just want to say. If I was the producers of producing this storyline, which now has brought us to this moment and it's boring, why have we not seen Michelle and at least try and set up a little weird taste of seeing Carlos be emotionally invested, wanting her there, being more attentive to her? Give us something to propel us into this, because what is now happening is conversation about her, conversation about her, conversation about her. We don't know who she is. Why is she so special? Is this, I mean, and it's unwatchable.
Yes. So what I was going to say is I think that they're telling the story and we as the audience need to know the timeline. So from what I understood when Carlos was explaining the story or explaining it to Valentine is that it was in the early stages of Valentine and Carlos' relationship. And I guess it must have come up that he was also talking to someone else who was a woman and that he would like to pursue things with that woman. And so Valentine was aware of it. And so when the woman denied him, when Michelle said no to Carlos, Carlos shifted his gaze towards Valentine. And so Valentine feels like, I don't want her at the wedding because you liked her at some point. And the only reason that you guys are not together is because she said no. So that's the emotional cheating that Valentine feels like is happening, because when someone rejects you, but you guys remain friends. And like, I get that. If I were with a man who wasn't with another woman only because she said no, and then he told me about it, and then he's like, but she's my best friend, or she's one of my best friends, I would be like, oh no, she can't be, because you like her. And so what if she decides to like you? What are you going to do then?
Can I ask a question? If that's the case, if Michelle and Valentine came at the same time in Carlos's life, then why had we never heard of Michelle the entire first season of them?
I guess because it was just them getting to know each other. Who knows when it probably wasn't a part of the like storyline, you know? Maybe it wasn't a part of their like TLC storyline. And now that they're getting married and Carlos wants her to go, that Valentine is like, no, that's not right. And I agree. So Valentine is like, it's not that I don't want specifically Michelle there. I feel like you would have chosen her and not me. And so now you want the person that you want to be with to be at our wedding. And it makes me feel like you still, again, are not choosing me. And so it's a fair call out. Carlos should just let go of the fact that Michelle can't be at the wedding. Is Michelle going to be hurt? Then Carlos is like being petty. And he's like, well, then if Michelle can't come, then none of your friends can come. And Valentine is like, they bought tickets. He's like, I don't care. They can't come. And so then he's like, okay, well, if your friend comes, then Valentine's like, then don't talk to me. And he's like, yeah, and don't have your friends talk to me, says Carlos. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It just like devolved into like this baby nonsense that didn't make any sense.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
The conversation just devolved. But anyways, before that, we have this really beautiful like apartment or home that Carlos
definitely a home. It's a gorgeous estate, right?
Oh, I couldn't tell. That's why I don't.
Oh, yeah. It's an estate.
Oh, so like found this beautiful home, and they want to shoot his music video in this. It's a song that he sung to him on there when he proposed, and we were shown a flashback of Valentine, and Chris, both and I had like physical reactions of like, yeah, it's worse than I remember. It honestly is. I saw it and I was like, ugh. And then there's like a picture of him with like a hat on when Carlos is in the music video, and it's just like, oh my God, thank God you took that stupid thing off your head.
He looks so much better. And so like, yeah, a glow up, and a praise for you, because like Valentine, like, yeah, like that hair is so much better. You look so young, like you really are. You have such great skin, like, and it's so interesting. If it was an insecurity, it's, God, I just need to radiate back to you. It shouldn't be, because you look fabulous without it. I mean, it's just, I don't know what to tell you. Just get that out of your mind. It's like a false tape, okay, or whatever, false belief.
And then he's like singing. He's like, I love you, and he's like doing all his inflections, and he doesn't sound bad.
He doesn't sound bad. You're right, because from what I remember, obviously we hated that first song, and it was like weird rap. And so in this moment, he calls himself a singer-songwriter, and I was like, okay. And I was like, we didn't really like get that, but then we were like, okay, well maybe I would enjoy you to like be a little more melodic and not so like whatever you're trying to do with your like weird rap, because you're not. I mean, you're not it, you know, like, and that's because I'm a professional and I can tell you that to your face. So yeah, you know, like he did sound good. So basically, yeah, but they have this like beautiful fight in this like the courtyard of this gorgeous estate. Okay, so that's what happens there. Okay, and then the final couple is someone named Anna and someone else. Okay, so I don't know, that's them, but that's them. That's them too. Okay, so her aesthetic is the tightest, kind of like strappiest, littlest top, bodycon top, and kind of like loose raver pants. Like that is her thing. Like so, and his thing is that he has not slept since 1987. I mean, that man, it's like, okay, maybe I'm living in a world of like HGTV, but just in the past couple of seasons of things, take it off now. There has been so many sleepy individuals, right? There's Chris of Chris and Jamie. She's tired all the time. And there's Jen of Jen Rishi. She has sleepy eye syndrome. And now we're going to get this man. And you guys, he's so tired all the time. And he looks like he doesn't sleep.
You know what? One of the things that I was going to say is that I think that he definitely looks better on camera, like in his when he takes a photo of himself, or when he's on his YouTube or TikTok or Twitch, whatever he's on.
Twitch.
Yeah, where he's like recording himself live doing shenanigans. He puts it at an angle that makes him look kind of handsome.
Hey guys, it's like,
and so you can't see all that's happening. It's so interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. So yeah, he has a couple of followers, and he's like, you know, does fun things on. Oh God, I hate what you're doing. He does fun things on. He does, like he hits pinatas. He's like, oh yes, you're so happy to be here. I mean, I don't know. Could you guys like, we do live streaming too? Like, I don't know. What, like, I can't imagine that anyone would be like super excited to watch me like hit a pinata. And like be like, ooh, thanks for being here as I hit this pinata. Like, I mean,
no, he's celebrating his anniversary, and we're coming up on our anniversary on July 25th. So we've got to do something.
Let me tell you what Ma's doing right now. It's really upsetting. So you know, there's a just side note, because there's this thing called like water talk on TikTok that Wa got obsessed with. Okay, whatever. It's just like basically like really basic people trying to make water palatable. Okay, and the way that they do that is they get the grossest. I'm talking the grossest packets of aspartame chemical shit, like just like pink. It's okay, but packets of it. Okay, now here's the thing. You're gonna be like, Chris, you literally drink pink water on here all the time. We've seen you. And I'm going to tell you, that's a thing called Ultima that's very healthy for you. And that is not aspartame and is electrolytes. And I don't care. I'll die on this hill. And what Wa just put into her water is Starburst fruit punch flavored single drink mixes to fucking go. Now you tell them right now what it tastes like.
It actually tastes like fucking fruit punch, and not in a gross way. Like if I had a little ice, I would kill the game right now. However, let me tell you that this one does has aspartame in it, and it tastes so much better than the ones that don't. And this is for people who can't drink water because they've had bariatric surgery, or for people who, just like Angela Dean, do not like the taste of water. And so I just wanted to like see if it was a fun thing to do. And the truth is that I love water, so I don't actually need this to like do anything. But now I just am like drinking this water, and it tastes like juice, and it's only 10 calories, and you know.
All right. Angela did have bariatric surgery, you know. Anyway. Okay, so what are we talking about then? So so Anna is Leo. She calls herself a badass Leo babe. She's like a boxing girl. She's boxing, and she somehow found his stream. Okay, so they met. Or he makes it seem like they met during his like one of his live chats or live stream. Yeah, no, I know. Okay, so he then of course goes and spends time with her, and he says that they spent a week at a resort together. Mm-hmm. She's a really tiny girl.
Tiny. And she's wanted to live in the US since she was 4 years old. So this is an absolute dream come true. And he says that she is better than any of the American girls that he's dated.
She's more beautiful than any American girl that he's ever dated.
Yeah, and because half of his attraction is that he's American.
And yeah, he could ever date, which is like a whole thing, right? Like, which is why any man, it feels like, tries to like do like the mail order bride thing or whatever, it's just, there is such a fascination with men to have a quote unquote beautiful girl in their mind, and what the lengths they'll do in order to get someone they perceive as being high value, higher than them, a higher, like, it's just so fun. It's just so funny. It's what they feel like they deserve and what makes them happy. And they cannot possibly foresee themselves with someone that would be like of their, a little more on like looks wise their level. This man is not attractive, and I'm sorry to say that. He's not for everyone, and he's not for me, but there's people that he's for. I'm so happy this is Patreon only.
See, I told you. And you were like, I don't know what you're going to say. I told you this is Patreon only. Great. So anyways, he has the makings of being a handsome man. It's just that he doesn't know what to do with it, and he doesn't wear a little eye patch when he's traveling. He needs eye patches constantly. Like, he just needs to know that is his lot in life.
Honey, he needs to buy a cucumber farm so he can have permanent cold cucumber slices in his life, and get not only a cucumber farm, also buy one of those mini fridge companies.
Yeah.
Every morsel of your house should have a mini fridge with some cucumber slices in there, because that is, God, what does he do? Does he stay up he has to be staying up all night, video game streaming or porn watching. I swear that's what it is.
Good, my turn to talk. Now, I think I just noticed it and I had to do that, so I wanted to see. So when he says that, when we think about men in the US being socialized to want the girl that all of their friends think is hot, I personally thrive off of, not to say that any man that I'm seen in public with, I think is cute. And I, though, do enjoy being someone's very hot date. So whenever I go out with a guy,
an ugly guy, you're happy about it?
Not ugly. None of them are ugly. Okay. None of them are ugly. Mm-hmm. Any guy that I will have been seen in public with, I think is super cute, because I'm shallow too, and I wouldn't want to be out with somebody that I didn't think was attractive. So, but I still enjoy being the hot side, the hot piece walking by their side. I don't care how tall they are. I'm wearing my heels. I'm wearing an outfit where I'm strutting. So anyways, those are I don't know how I got into this, but Anna is the most beautiful that he most likely will get, not because of, he's terrible looking. It's because he's awkward. He's I can't imagine that in social, remember that scene with his friend and they're in the car talking?
Yeah, of course.
And he's like, some guy was dancing on her, and one, he couldn't clock that the guy was gay. So B, when she's like, hey, he's gay, it's okay. He's like, well, if we were in the US, I would take him outside and have a conversation with him. And I'm like, would you? A, B, and what would the outcome of that be? Your face getting smashed into the ground. You do not seem like anybody who would approach any male who's bigger than you because you are the skinniest man alive. So it's
he would get
pulverized.
He get pulverized, honey, in Boys Town of West Hollywood. It's not first of all, he is, regardless, he is, he's not going to go up to anyone. He can get pulverized by a female. He's a tiny man. So, you're not going to, what? Yeah. I cannot imagine a world in which you're going to do that.
Yeah, that's why he needs to be with a woman who doesn't attract that kind of attention. He should be with somebody who no one would be doing that too, so that he doesn't have to be put in a position to possibly fight for her, because Anna will get hit on in front of him on a daily basis.
Yeah, especially wearing what she's wearing,
Yeah.
like, and she looks like she gives me Grimes. She's like Grimes kind of to me, like Elon Musk's, like baby mama. Anyway, God bless. So, okay, so yeah, he has a smiley friend that's like only too smiley, smiley. I watch money online. I think that's something he does. He says he makes money in criminal justice. Is he a lawyer?
I don't know what he is. He wouldn't say so.
Yeah,
besides because he said criminal justice, it made me think that he was like, I don't know, an assistant to a public defender. Like, it just makes me feel like he is
it bailiff?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He must make enough. I mean, he's in Texas, so he probably makes a decent living, and I don't know.
But let me tell you the dumbest part. Okay, so this is another this is a producer part that's like dumb, and I just like, this isn't funny fucking logic. So he's like, well, I have a secret, and it's really upsetting. So I told Anna that the visa for her to come was going to probably take 7 to 10 months. It turns out it could take up to 2 years. And I just don't know how she's going to take it, or if our love can survive it. This is like the lowest stakes secret or thing. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all, because what you're saying is like, oh, she'd have to wait a year. Also, that's not your fault. That's the way she's not gonna get mad at you. Like, if she got mad at you, that'd be an insane reaction, because she can't blame you for how law works. And then the second thing is, it's what she has to wait another year. Like, it's not that hard, and all of it is so crazy. Like, and if you're that much in love, like 1 year is not a big deal, and that is why ultimately that last thing I said is ultimately like the crux of a lot of this whole series, which is, if you are in love, nothing really has to be rushed. You're gonna be in love the rest of your life. But so much of this show is like, this has to happen now. We're gonna run and do this horrible thing that we're not in. It's a horrible choice for us, because when it's always like, well, if it was all stable and everything was whatever, sure, you want to get married, but like, if there's also should be a comfort in knowing that you've already found your person. This is how you're going to be for the rest of your life, kind of. I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's that he doesn't make enough money, because he said he just got off a 20-hour flight. I just looked it up to see like what some flights are from like Houston or Dallas or Austin to Brazil, and it's definitely less than that. Like, one of them nonstop is 9 hours and 45 minutes. One of them is a 10-hour one, and then one with like one stop is 11 hours and 58. So it's 12 hours. So it's like the fact that it's 20 hours. And we're back. So let's end this before we lose it.
Okay, guys. So she comes there. She comes out. She's wearing cat pants. It's really Doja Cat, like really Doja Cat. She has on and goes, "Welcome, Michael, to TUDO." So it was very cute.
No, she was proposed to cow pants. That's what I wrote that.
Got it.
And I was in like flow pants.
She has the same look all the time. It's pants. It's a tight top. It's like All right, my love. The next thing, I can't wait to do this. Just the person I talked about was just
stupid outfit, that green sleeve outfit,
leggings.
Supposed leggings. He threw in his shoes in his bag.
Okay, this is what it was. This is what I'll say. Okay, so it is high tops, and you can tell how dirty they are. They have not been washed, and the bottoms of his shoes are hitting his clothes. I mean, it isn't like there's no shoe bag, obviously, but there's not even the wherewithal to just even aim it so that it's hitting the side of the bag. It is hitting clothes. The bottom of his shoe is hitting fresh. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. We love you guys so much. We have no idea how this is going to turn out, if it's blurry or if it, whatever. We've had obviously some technical issues, but we love you and thank you for being along for the ride. Again, if we are together in real life right now, so if you want to follow us, you can. This is Just Call Me Wah on Twitter, Instagram. I'm obviously Chris Alfera. I don't know what just happened there. Boogers. Bats in the cave. Anyway, so obviously, Patreon, we love you guys so much. We also, we're Docu Sweeties on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff too. I've been doing a lot of fun. Anyway, if you're Patreon, will you tell me, if you follow
TLC or 90 Day Fiancé on Instagram. Do you see the fun comments that I've been making? It's me that's making them, not Wah. Anyway, other than that, we love you. And Monday, the first Monday of the month is going to be the 5th, which is I have a show. So Wah's going to do it.
Yep.
All right. Any other business?
No, no business to be done. But Chris does have a show. So if you're in the Los Angeles area and you want to see her perform, she has a one-woman show that's a part of the Hollywood Fringe Festival. It is called Lebanese Debutante, and it opens in June. And so you now know that on the 5th, there is a show that you can watch if you don't want to come and look at our live.
If you're in LA.
Me by myself, you know, I think I'll do it from live. I will read some more of my teenager journal.
Yeah. It's basically what I'm doing on stage. Okay, so funny. Okay, we love you guys so much. Have a beautiful weekend, rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you later, okay?
Bye.
Bye.